Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be doing my BTAT wrap up. It's been a few weeks, not a few weeks, a week and a half since the BTAT actually went on, and I still haven't done my wrap up because I was busy. Saturday is the only day I was able to film, and Saturday it was kind of busy. I don't know what I was doing, but I didn't get a chance to film. But today I'm here and it's not raining for once and the sun's out, so I'm gonna film before that goes away. Also, my hair is looking wet right now. I'm currently going natural with my hair, and Saturday is my wash day, so we're gonna have to deal with that. I'm so sorry. If you guys want a curly hair video, if you guys would like a curly hair video, I would be glad to talk about it, and it would just seem fun, you know, in the comments down below, and I would definitely put up a video for you guys. I actually filmed this video before, and the audio was messed up because it was raining, so I deleted the video, and I put all of the books I read for the BTAT away, so we're gonna have to find them. I hate filming book videos because I always end up with a bunch of books just around my room. God, the hair is crazy. I am so sorry. I look like a small child. My hair is so small. There's like conditioner on my glasses. I literally can't see anything. But we're just gonna have to deal with it, you know? The first book I picked up on day one was Bird by Angela Johnson, and this is a cute little short story, and the camera's not focused correctly. And this is a cute little short story that follows three perspectives. One is Bird, who ran away from her home to find her brother. It also follows Ethan, who had a heart condition and he received a transplant, and one day he finds Bird in his family shed. And the next perspective is Jay, and he had a brother who died and his heart was given to Ethan. This book was so amazing. It was like, I love how I didn't expect for there to be three perspectives, but this is so great, and the way they were woven into each other, it was so great. I didn't feel like the only reason the author used different perspectives was to keep the storyline moving, or like being lazy and, you know, like telling the story in three different perspectives because it was easier. I don't know, it just didn't feel like the perspectives were unnecessary. That's what I'm trying to say. But this book, 5 out of 5 stars. I really would love to read this again because it's such a short book and something I would definitely return to. I love the characters, and everything was like well written. Her narration, her writing style is amazing. I love it so much. It really reminded me of To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Just the setting and also the characters. And then also on day one, I picked up Drowning is Inevitable by Shonda Stanley, and this book was very cute, very sad, very heartbreaking mostly. I enjoyed a lot of this book. It was pretty good. Not something I would reread because it's really sad. There's triggers for suicide, and so basically this book follows Olivia, who is living the shadow of her mother's suicide before her 18th birthday and everything. So Olivia will also commit suicide before her 18th birthday. She lives next door to her best friend Jamie and is friends with Maggie, her best friend from school. Also, she's in an on and off relationship with her boyfriend Max. I got it right. Anyway, one day there's a fight between Jamie and his father, and things end up getting violent, so Olivia, Maggie, Max, and Jamie all run away to New Orleans to fix this whole mess. And, you know, people will betray them, and there are fights. It's so emotional. I'm really glad it was this short, because if this was any longer, the size is good. Okay, there was no need to make this a long story, and I'm glad that the author kept it short sweet and great, and the narration and everything was done perfectly, and I never felt it. The story was moving so fast, especially because it's such a big, broad topic. She did a good job with this, and it really reminds me of The End of the Effing World, a Netflix show also based off of a graphic novel, and it really reminds me of that because of the whole running from the police and everything. And the beginning to the story started beautifully. I loved how she did that, and I would give this 4 out of 5 stars. I don't really know. It wasn't a 5 out of 5 stars for me. I do recommend this book though. Yes, the next book I picked up was Season Storm by Leigh Bardugo, and I actually borrowed that from the library and I returned it, so I don't have a physical copy with me here. So I might put a picture up there or here or there. And basically, I can't tell you what this book is about because it's the second book in the series, but I can tell you what the first book in the series... Oh no, I'm stupid. But I can tell you what the first book in the series, Shadow and Bone, is about. Basically, it follows Alina Starkov, who has been an orphan, who lived in this place, I don't really know what to call it, with her best friend Mal, and she is 17 maybe, and she is working as a map maker and for the First Army, which is the non-magical army of Ravka, which is the country that she lives in. In Ravka, there is a place called the Fold that stretches from north to south in the western side of Ravka. One day she and the First Army, including Mal, has to cross that to get goods and also come back to the other side. While crossing it, they are attacked by the creatures that come out of the fold called Volcra, and they attack Mal, and she saves him, and the Volcra try to attack her, and she unleashes this power she never knew she had, and she's in great danger because everyone wants her power to destroy the fold, and the Darkling needs her help to get rid of the fold. And just gonna say it now, don't fall too deeply in love with everyone because they're probably gonna end up dead. Anyway, that book, 4.5 out of 5 stars, maybe probably 4, because the whole book they're just planning this whole attack and doesn't get really interesting, and like the way Leigh Bardugo writes fight scenes, it doesn't get to that until the end of the book, which if you stick around you'll be thanked in the end because shit happens. After that I needed contemporary and I couldn't read any more sad things, so I picked up To All the Boys I Loved Before by Jenny Han. Girl. This basically follows Laura Jean, who writes a love letter to every crush she's had, and she has 5 in total, and she puts them all in the shoebox, and one day her letters get sent out and all of her crushes know that she liked them. One of them is to her next door neighbor who was dating her sister, and they broke up, and it's kind of complicated because that's your sister, you can't date their ex. And also this really cute guy at school also got a letter, and I feel like you already know what happens, but like, this is a movie on Netflix and I haven't watched it yet. I can't wait. It came out yesterday and I'm like, I don't want to watch it because I don't want it to end, because it's so good. I can watch it again, but it's not the same, you know what I mean? 5 out of 5 stars. My favorite part of this book, I have 2 favorite parts. My favorite part of this book was the Harry Potter talk, with that scene with Peter, Josh, and Laura in the hallway. Gold. I was laughing so hard. I still haven't finished the series, but I love Harry Potter. I need to do that. It's right. That's the next book. This is the 6th book. I have to read the 7th book. Yay. My second favorite scene is when at the end with Laura Jean and her sister, and it just warmed my heart because I have a sister and I know what it's like to fight with a sister. If you have a good relationship before, it's hard to hate your sister after something as little as that, and it was so realistic, and I love the family dynamic in this one. If you like good family relationships, 10 out of 10, you shall read this book. I'm weird. The next book I picked up was Between the Notes by Sharon House Wrote, and this book was great because the name of the book and the author just rhymes, so you know it's gotta be a good book. And I like this one. This was predictable. Okay, I will say that. I was like waiting for like the whole book for this thing to happen, and it did. I was like, I was right, but it did not take away from my enjoyment of the book. I haven't even told you what it's about. Great booktuber. This follows, what's her name? Oh, Nana. What's her name? This book follows Ivy, whose parents are going through some financial difficulties, and they end up moving to this apartment in the west side of town. It's like the ghetto of the town. And she tries to keep it a secret from all of her friends and everyone at school that she's there because she doesn't want to be labeled as poor, because people there who are poor or from the west side of town are not considered people or important. Her best friend who lives next door to her is really upset about it, and she's like keeping her secret for her from her other two friends that they don't really like. I can actually relate to that. So actually it was kind of realistic, but for middle school, I just graduated 8th grade, so like I don't know how realistic it is to high school, but wait, what the fuck is that in my hair? Okay, anyway, she's living next door to this really hot guy that is named something, I forgot. Oh, Lenny. And he is known for being a drug dealer. He's not a good person. And then also there's this new guy in school who her best friend is crushing on, named James. Hi, sisters! Yeah, that's basically the whole plot of the book. Oh yeah, I'm so stupid. He, in 5th grade, went to this piano thing recital, and she got stage fright. It stopped her from playing in public. The reason why I took off 1 star of this book, because the piano part of her life is literally not even present in this book. There were some parts in this book where we went for a long time without even thinking about piano or talking about it, and then it would just show up and I'd be like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I'm gonna keep it at 4 stars because she came from rich to poor, and I really like that she wasn't a spoiled brat about it. She did complain about it, she did get angry about it, she did cry over it, but she wasn't like bringing up every 5 seconds. She wasn't a brat about it. You know what I mean? Also, this cover is cute AF. It's cute AF. It's cute AF. It's cute AF. Do you see that? 10 out of 10. The next book I read was actually an old favorite, and that is The Outsiders by S.E. Hinton. And this book I read in school before, and this is kind of the first time I've read a school book and actually enjoyed it. This book follows this boy named Ponyboy who's part of a gang called the Greasers, who are against this other gang who are the Socias. The Greasers are poor and hoods. The Socias have power and money and are better than the Greasers by society standards. Ponyboy lives with his 2 brothers, and they work really hard for him, and he's like one of the only people in his family who actually are gonna get somewhere in life. So his older brother puts a lot of pressure on it. One day, Johnny and Ponyboy get jumped, and Johnny kills a boy, and they have to skip down and deal with the repercussions of that. I love this book so much. Towards the end of the book, I started outlining some quotes that I really love in this book, and one day I want to go back and really heavily annotate it. Highly recommend it. If you're reading it now in school and you think it's boring, I dare you to go back, read it thoroughly, and enjoy it because it's amazing. It's only 180 pages. And the last amazing book I read for the BookTube was Caravelle by Stephanie Garber. This book is so good. This book follows Scarlett Drachna and her sister Donatella Drachna, who live with their abusive father. Every year, Scarlett sends a letter to the master of this game called Caravelle, and he never responds until this last day. And Scarlet and her sister are not allowed to leave this island, which her father is the governor of, I don't know, something like that. They're not allowed to leave, and if they do, he will beat them. But Donatella does not want to live with her father anymore, and Scarlet wants to stay because she's getting engaged to this person she doesn't know. It's kind of an arranged marriage. Scarlet's like, I'm staying here because once I get me a man, me and you are going to live happily ever after, and we don't have to worry about her father. But Donatella doesn't want to, and she ended up taking Scarlet to Caravel with the help of this sailor named, I loved him and I forgot his name. Name Julian. Okay, yo, Julian. I love Julian. He was amazing. She gets to the island of Caravel. Her sister was dropped up first because the boat can only hold 2 people. So Julian and Scarlet are heading to the island and Donatella should be waiting there for them, but instead she's not there and she goes missing. They try to play the game because they think they'll run into Donatella, but instead she finds out to win the game, the participants must find Donatella, and once they do that, they are granted 1 wish, and that's the end of the game. What would I rate this book? 5 out of 5 stars. I love this book so much. It was magical and mystical, and I just loved listening to the audiobook. The voice actor was amazing. Caravel. This whole thing, I'm pretty sure the author is Hispanic because some of the names in here when you're listening to the audiobook are Hispanic, like the way they're pronounced. One thing I will say about this book is that the contest for Caravel literally isn't a contest. We only interact with the other participants. We don't really interact with them. I wish Stephanie Garber put, more work into that part of the book, but it didn't really bother me because I was so, like, into the storyline that was actually there, and I love this book so much, and I can't wait to read Legendary. I want it so badly. Someone please buy it for me. Thank you. So overall, I liked every single book I read, which is not weird for me. I usually like every single book I read. But yeah, I hope you all had an amazing booktubeathon and that you fulfilled your goal of 7 books in 7 days. I am so sorry this video is late, and it'll probably be even later than today because I'm not gonna edit this now. I'm gonna eat food. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you will tune in next time I upload for a new one, and I hope you guys had an amazing booktubeathon, and I will see you guys in the next video that I upload maybe soon. Bye!